We're going to kick in the door and expose a huge secret that the credit card companies do not want you to know. As the president of the Credit Repair Secret Society, it's my obligation to explain to you your proper rights and rules and regulations that credit card companies and debt collectors love to violate on the regular. So on today's episode, we're gonna cover all the do's and don'ts when it comes to credit card debt and debt collectors, all in the same video. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike the Credit Guy. I'm the owner and founder of Limitless Culture. We created the most advanced DIY credit management system in the industry. Our system allows you to take control of your credit, creating custom Metro 2 attack letters every single round, never using templates, for only $55.99 a month. Link is always going to be in the description. Now let's get into this video. This is not legal advice or financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. So how did you get here is the question, right? So when you stop paying on a credit card, after 6 months, it turns into a charge-off. And at that point, it's up to the original creditor to decide whether they're going to sell it to a debt collector or they're going to use their in-house collections. Those are two different options. It really depends on the company. But once that reputation is tarnished with a creditor or a credit card company, it's hard to get back into them. There are only two companies that I know of that will let you come back to them. That's Capital One and American Express. And American Express is starting to dwindle away and really not pushing the Optima credit card, which is going to make you pay what you owe them and settle it, and then they're going to give you the Optima card to let you back in. Capital One usually will let somebody back in a matter of maybe 6 months, sometimes we've seen. But the real important thing to understand here is what you need to do next after it turns into a charge-off. How do you handle the situation? Original creditors or the credit card company normally do not do what we call pay for deletes. They will take payment and mark it settled or paid, but it will still be a charge-off status. Once an item hits a charge-off status, it is very rare that an actual original creditor will delete the item in exchange for payment. It's not common, and that also counts for credit unions. Credit unions are worse. They want this to stay on your credit report for the full 7 years so every other lender can see what happened. If you pay a charge-off that is still with the original creditor, what they will do is they will mark it settled, and the charge-off status / collection status will still stand on your credit report. And let's say, for instance, the item was on your credit report for 4 years, and then all of a sudden you got a tax refund and you decide to pay it. What's going to happen is if you pay it, it's going to reset the debt clock. And now you're going to have a new 7 years added to when you pay that payment to the original creditor. It's going to reset the debt clock. The only thing that can reset the debt clock is a payment, nothing else. So understand that. So when you pay it, it does not help your credit score in any way, shape, or form. I'm never gonna tell someone, don't pay your debts, screw the credit card company, screw the debt collectors. No, I'm never going to say that, because it's up to you to make the decision, but you need to understand how your credit reports and your scores are going to react when the item isn't deleted and it's marked paid. If it's marked paid, it's going to be almost impossible to delete from your credit report. Mark my words, I've been doing this for over a decade. I'm not some amateur that just came in here making up some content. No, I understand, and I've looked at thousands of credit reports. Now let's get into this nitty-gritty about all these secrets that you don't know or understand about these credit card agreements with these credit card companies. So let's put it up on the screen so you can see the part that says assigning agreement. We may sell, transfer, or assign the agreement and your account. We may do so at any time without notifying you. You may not sell, assign, or transfer the account. So that verbiage is very, very clear. So when you hear all these creators out there making that nonsense, they can't sell it to another company, it's in the agreement. You clicked the little box and you gave them permission and you acknowledged it. But there's a big but. There's another clause in here that people are not aware of. So if you are being sued by a creditor, a credit card company, you can potentially stop that lawsuit because you do not understand that there's a clause that you can enact and you actually signed it and checked off the little box also. You can go to the CFPB website and you can look for every single credit card agreement. If there's ever been any changes or it's been amended, it has to go in there. And you're also supposed to receive that amended agreement. If you don't receive it and you are not notified about those changes, that's a huge violation and they can really throw a wrench in any type of lawsuit. But this agreement that I'm about to show you is a Platinum American Express credit card agreement. But remember, you can go on the CFPB website and find every single credit card agreement and look for the arbitration clause. Let's go over it together. I almost forgot something. If there are any changes to any credit card agreement, they must send you a notification either by email or by mail of those changes and disclose any of the changes. If you did not receive any of those changes or any disclosures of any changes to the agreement, it can cause a huge problem for the credit card company, and that lawsuit could potentially be thrown out of court because you were not made aware of all these new changes. So let's read it. If arbitration is chosen by any party, neither you nor we will have the right to litigate that claim in court or have a jury trial on that claim. So it's really important to understand what exactly that means. So if you go through a charge off and you have a bad feeling they may sue you, you can enact the arbitration clause. But wait, it gets better. There is something that can happen and you can get sued. You could be in the process, they serve you with papers. What do you do and how do you handle it? I found something very unique called SoloSuit. You can push this out of the courtroom if you enact the arbitration clause, and SoloSuit can help you do that. So here's the best part, ladies and gentlemen. If a debt collector is coming after you and suing you, guess what? Initiate the arbitration clause. Go to SoloSuit and follow the process. It's so simple, it's crazy. Put it up on the screen. So look at, make sweat. The motion to compel arbitration will make the collector worry because they might lose the case. Now you're gonna save thousands by forcing the collector to arbitrate or drop the case. In many cases, the debt collectors will stop collecting on a debt after they receive the motion to compel arbitration because it's going to have to go back to the original creditor. And then you'll have the option to either negotiate with them or see what their next move is gonna be. But if the statute of limitations runs out, the clock is gone, they may not be able to do anything. It's gonna vary, but this is massive. So let's say in a hypothetical world that they say, okay, fine, we're gonna do the motion for arbitration and they're gonna enact the arbitration. They're going to have to pay fees and the person who initiates it is going to have to also pay fees, which is yourself. So now the actual legal team for this debt collector is going to have to incur more fees. Will they be willing to do that? It's highly unlikely. Not to say it can't happen, but it's highly unlikely. Let's say, hypothetically, you didn't have the option to actually initiate the arbitration clause, but you got served with a lawsuit. SoloSuit can file your response because you have 14 to 35 days generally to respond to that lawsuit. Using SoloSuit, you can create the response. It's very simple and get it done because if you don't respond or you don't appear in court, guess what? The debt collector can win a judgment on you and you will lose. But wait, there's more. In 2021, there was something called Regulation F came into play. Regulation F gave the right to consumers to ask for more documentation in the process of a debt collection. Well, SoloSuit is the most advanced validation letter I have ever seen because it's asking for all the documents that you need to request when you get a collection letter. Send them the proper validation letter, not any of these outdated washed up letters that you bought from your cousin Day Day down the street. Those are useless now, okay? This is a really powerful debt collection letter that you can get in their system. You enter your information and it creates it for you. You download it, you print it, and you're done. You mail it out certified mail and wait for that HOEASS debt collector to respond. Wait, there's more. I promise, there's always more gems. Now, link is going to be in the description for SoloSuit if you need that type of help. I'm also going to drop it in the comment section. If you want me to talk more about Regulation F, drop it in the comment section. Tell me, let's talk more about Regulation F, because this is something that a lot of consumers don't understand or know, because all these gurus out there don't really understand how any of this works. It's amazing to me. It's mind-blowing. But here's the final gem. Because of Regulation F, you can decide when the debt collector can contact you. You can state, I want to only be contacted at 6 a.m. on Sundays on the 15th of every month. This is the only time you can contact me. Do not contact me in any other way, any other shape or form. If they violate that right, it's game on, ladies and gentlemen, and that debt collector can be sued for violating what you set forth. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We talked about credit card companies and debt collectors and SoloSuit. If you need help, the link is going to be in the comments and the description. If there's anything specific you want me to talk about, don't be afraid, drop it in the comments section. It's all about you, our community. We cannot do it without you. So thank you for watching, and make sure to watch the next 2 videos because they are recommended by YouTube. And don't forget, subscribe to increase your credit score.